Afternoon, everyone, and this is our first semester doing a UMBC Mechanical Exploration Day. We are housed in the new Biomedical Sciences and Engineering building here at the Shady Grove campus. As advisors, how do you identify or why should your students consider mechanical engineering? One good reason is almost every single physical product relies on a mechanical engineer in some way, right? Your iPhone, if it drops, you don't want it to break. Who makes sure it doesn't break and all the internal things are well protected? It's mechanical engineers. Our students in mechanical engineering, our alumni, right? Because mechanical engineering is a very traditional and broad engineering field that's been around for a couple of hundred of years. Our students can go into many fields. We've had patent examiners, for example, engineering physics teacher, senior systems engineer, and our students work at companies like Stanley Black & Decker, NASA, General Dynamics, BG&E, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, among others. After graduating from our program with a bachelor's degree, a lot of students can go on to either graduate school or employment. But the ones that seek employment right after graduating, of those, 92% find jobs within 6 months, usually here in Maryland. But some do go out of state. We are, I want to point this out because mechanical engineering, not like other degrees in engineering, we have a lot of prerequisites that students need to take before they get into the program. And the reason for that is because one reason is we have ABET accreditation, which is important to the students in the program, especially in this area. Because if the federal government is hiring someone and the job title has the word engineer in it, then to be eligible to apply, to be qualified, you need to have a degree from an ABET accredited program. So that would be important for students in this area, as well as if you want to, as you move through your engineering career, if you want to be a lead engineer and sign off on plans. Well, even if you want to renovate your kitchen and knock out a wall and put in a new beam, you have to sign on a plan and take it to the county permit office. To be able to sign those plans, you need to be a professional engineer. You have to be certified. To be certified, you have to take a couple of exams. To be eligible to take a couple of exams, one of the requirements is that you have a degree, ABET accredited degree. If you don't, you may still be able to take that exam or get that government job, but you'll have to fill out more paperwork and you'll have to prove that you are eligible, that you are trained. That just having the ABET degree makes it a lot easier. The average salary for our students, the last few years has been in the 70 to 75K range, but I can tell you this last spring, a student working in my lab did get a job above 80,000, starting at above 80,000 a year. So the salaries are good, but again, our program is challenging. Our program is located at Catonsville and Shady Grove. It's the same program. We're offering the same courses. Our ABET assessment meets the same outcome. So it's the same program, one degree at both locations. So if you get the mechanical engineering degree here at Shady Grove, your diploma, your transcript won't look any different than a student who got the degree at Catonsville. We just launched the program this past fall of 22. So this is our third semester. Our program offers a lot of hands-on features or experiences. So we have two design courses, machine design in the junior year, the spring semester here, and capstone design in the spring semester of your senior year. And capstone design, you try to use all of the theory that you learn through the junior year and apply it to a project. At UMBC, we've involved undergrads in research, and we're trying to recreate that here by we're hiring tenure track faculty that are conducting research, and their lab is here, so the students can work in the lab. They'd also be able to work in labs at the Catonsville campus, but of course they have to get over there, or it could be some kind of online, maybe simulation or programming work. And we are housed in this building that opened in 2019 that has state-of-the-art facilities. So students in our program, they have a chance to express their creativity. And they work in teams. In the lab courses and the design courses, they work in teams. So they'll have brainstorming sessions, and they'll learn important career competencies, where they'll get experience in that. And our capstone design projects in the senior year, they come from industry and faculty research, as well as some of the student organizations. So an example would be, we had some students worked on a problem from the jailbreak jury, which is in Jessup, not too far from Kingsville campus. They had it's a microbrewery, and they were canning their beers, but their assembly line, their canning line, about 1 in 10 cans would fall over, and that wasn't good. That wasn't good. So our students went to the brewery, observed the assembly line, developed a fix. They made the design. They presented the report, and the company installed it, and the assembly line is working now. We get projects from V-Link, which is it's an organization where people with disabilities can tell them they need a certain service or product, and then V-Link will sometimes make those products available as projects to student projects or courses. So, for example, we've had some projects where the client has an amputation, and so they need a specialized bike, not just in the shape, but right so that they can maintain their balance and ride it. So our students have designed bikes. We get projects from our SAE Baja team. That is a student organization that every year builds a new off-road vehicle, a Zumba, basically. And they take it to competitions at 3 sites in the United States. So some of the projects might be new suspension system, new gearbox, things like that. We also have a American Institute of Astronautics and Aerodynamics design, build, fly competition. So that every year in the fall, some design specs come out, and the students design a vehicle to meet the design spec, and then go to the competition in the spring. And if you are familiar with the Baltimore kinetic sculpture race, you build a sculpture and it races through the city and has to go through the inner harbor, so it's got to be amphibious. Our students work with the visual arts students in designing the kinetic sculpture so that it meets the mechanical requirements of a vehicle. Our program teaches our students to be practical, maybe pragmatic engineers. A good example of that is our alumnus, Corey Fleischer, who did the BS/MS program, graduated in 2007. He went on to work at Lockheed Martin, I believe, but in 2013, he was a contestant on the Big Brain Theory. That was a show, it was a reality show on the Discovery Channel. They only did one season. I think they found it too expensive to do. But the idea was they, sort of like Survivor, they formed two teams, and then they would give them a project to do, and they whichever team lost would have to eliminate one person from the team. And our alumnus was competing against other competitors or other contestants, had PhDs from Stanford, PhD student from Virginia Tech. I think there's if you're interested, there's a web page for this. Anyway, our alumni won the competition. I think that's says, you know, it's evidence that we prepare our students well. For starting this fall, to be able to enroll in the program, we have 3 gateway courses. It's Introduction to Engineering, which is a freshman design course. Statics, also a freshman course, and Calculus 2. So that depending on where you are in your math, we'll take that at a different, students take it at a different time. But for all of these courses, you need to earn a grade of B or better, so B or A, and you can do it in, you don't have to get the B or the grade on the first attempt. In each of these courses, you can get the B on the second.
We can't do the third.
But not the third, right. So we have an articulation agreement with Montgomery College. And I won't go through all the courses, but this is what you would take at Montgomery College. You would get a associate's degree in general engineering. Then with that, you could transfer to UMBC Catonsville campus or here at Shady Grove. But if you come to Shady Grove, right, if you live here, it might be more convenient, but the fees are lower. Right now, the classes are much smaller. We have 6 students in our program this year, so our class size is on the order of 2 or 3. We only have the upper level courses. You'll get access to our new Shady Grove facilities, the new lab, and you get access, or you're eligible for both Shady Grove scholarships and UMBC. And I think because the classes are smaller and we have new faculty here, we're more accessible. The faculty at Catonsville are accessible, but when you've got, and I've got a course with, I teach the fluid mechanics course, which is a junior course. I've taught it with as many as 90 students. This semester here, I'm teaching it with 1 student. So it's like he's got his own tutor. He's got to pay attention though, right? He can't fall asleep in the back of the class. So once you've completed the first 2 years, or even while you're working on the first 2 years at Montgomery College or at another community college, you should contact Miss Kassenbaum to get a pre-advising appointment, and that's going to help you have a smooth transition here. Like I said, lots of our courses have prerequisites. You don't want to come here and find out that you're missing a prerequisite, so you should probably talk to her as soon as possible, or students should, to make sure they're going to have be able to enter the program smoothly. If you weren't able to visit our labs today, we have the building opened in 2019. We didn't start the program until fall of 22. So all of the equipment in our labs are fairly new, a couple of years old at the most. So we have a vibrations controls lab where students will work with circuits, but also work with robotic arms and work with the idea of sensors and actuators. So a sensor senses something on a system, and then the actuator does something like your your ABS brakes, right? The sensor sees if the wheel is not rolling or right, you don't want to slip. So then the actuator, right, applies or lets go of the brake. Whereas in the before with drum and disc brakes, you would have to pump the pedal. Now the sensors and actuators do that for you. We have a new solid mechanics lab. We have a tension tester, 3D printer. We have lots of more equipment, Sharpie impact tester. The students in this lab will do seven experiments around that number. Our fluids lab is equipped with a new wind tunnel, and our instructor is an expert or got his PhD in particle image velocimetry, PIV. So in the future, there probably will be some research opportunities to use lasers to measure fluid flow in the wind tunnel. And that's available to you if you come here and finish the 4-year degree. You can do 2 years at the community college or through other means, middle college, early college, and then finish the 2 years here. You get the degree in 4 years. We understand that not all students are on a 4-year trajectory. So we will work with each student individually to design a 3-year program for them. And in both the 2 years in Montgomery College and the 2 years here, that's the ideal plan. But students can always go to the Catonsville campus to take a course at some point if that's going to help them speed up their trajectory or their graduation time. But we'll work with students, right, to develop the plan that works for them. This is there's one reason to meet with Ms. Kassenbaum as soon as you can. There are 15 required courses or recommended course transfer work. It's on our website, but right depending on which community college you're at, and you can use ArtSys tools to see if you have the equivalents. But the best thing you can do to help yourself or help your student is have them meet with Kim Kassenbaum. And that's all I have. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take them. If you couldn't make the meeting and you're watching the recording, feel free to contact me or Ms. Kassenbaum. Thank you.